Hey everybody, Ted Forbes here and welcome back to the show. Today I've got some pretty cool stuff I want to share with you guys, and I've got a really big announcement I want to go ahead and make. But first I want to mention the Twitter book giveaways that we're doing. So basically every 2 weeks or so, I've got a stack of books and we're giving them away. And so we'll pick one of the books, we'll have a theme around it, and people are using Twitter to submit their images. And if you haven't checked it out, the most recent one that we're doing here is, the theme is botanicals. So these are flower images or anything organic in nature. And anyway, so people are submitting images around this, and I've got a Carl Blossfeldt monograph that we're going to give away on that. And go over to Twitter and look at the work that's being submitted, because I'm not kidding. I am really impressed by the quality of submissions that we're getting. They are simply outstanding. What we're doing is we're using a hashtag for this. So people are tweeting using the hashtag #AOPBG, that stands for Art of Photography Book Giveaway. And you can go in there and search and look at the shots that people are submitting. And the other thing that's really special about this, and really kind of cool, I think, is that I'm seeing people friend each other and follow each other, and they're having a discussion on there about the images that people are submitting. And there's a kind of a little micro community that's going on with people who watch the show. And that is really cool for me to see, because, you know, I'm on this side of the camera, and anytime we can wrap community around it or do something like that, I think it's really cool. So that's something I'm very excited about. If you want to enter the book competition yourself, you may do so. All you need is a Twitter account. Your tweets must be public. Do not make a private account. We've had some problems with that. If you have a public account, what you want to do is tweet your image. You can @reply me if you want. My handle is @TedForbes, and just make sure you use that hashtag AOPBG in there somewhere, because that's how I'm going to look for it. And then you can title your image, you can describe it, whatever it is you want to do. And anyway, just go over and check out the work. You guys, I'm very, very proud of the work that's being submitted. It makes it difficult to pick winners in this, but you know, guys, that's really not the point. The point is to have that discussion and to share our work and to see what other people are doing, and that's where the real cool stuff happens. So anyway, check that out. The other thing that I want to talk about today, and this is my big announcement, as most of you guys know, the last couple months I have been working very diligently behind the scenes on what we can do for special projects that would kind of elevate our show to the next level with what we want to see happen and do with it. And one of the things I've been working on quite a bit is trying to line up interviews with photographers, with living artists. And I think that's something that we really need to do. It's something I really want to do. And it's harder than it sounds. It requires travel, and it requires aligning a lot of schedules, and it's not easy. But I am ready to announce the first one that we're going to do in this kind of series here. On Thursday, I'm going to be traveling up to Boston, and we're going to spend a couple days with Harold Feinstein. And I am so excited about this. If you're not familiar with Harold Feinstein, he's 83 years old and has had a very long, very prolific career, and he is probably one of the great American street photographers. He is largely known for a body of work that he did on Coney Island in the 1950s, and it's a beautiful series of images. You know, they represent Americana. There's a nostalgic sense to them, but there's a wonderful portrayal of humanity in these, and he's probably best known for those, although he's done other things as well. He was enlisted in the Army and was in Korea, and he has pictures of GIs in Korea in there that's outstanding shots. And then in the 80s, he started doing color photography and switched over to doing botanical stuff and still life. He's known as a teacher. He's worked with jazz musicians. He was actually one of the designers for Blue Note Records, along with Reed Miles and some of those guys. And I'm really excited to be doing this. This opportunity came up a couple months ago. I got an email out of the blue from a guy named Max Schenk. And Max shot me an email. And he said, hey, you know, I'm Harold Feinstein's printer, and have you ever considered doing a piece on him? And I said, well, I would love to do a piece on Harold. And he said, well, Harold likes your show. He is up for it, and he would be willing to do this. And so we have been plugging away at trying to find a time in the schedule to do this and get everything aligned. And it's going to happen, and I'm really excited about it. So next Friday and Saturday, we're going to be spending the day with Max and also Harold. So thanks to Max for setting this up. I want to thank Judith, who is Harold's wife, who has been amazing for this whole thing, and of course Harold as well. And what we're going to do with this is a couple things. I want to start producing stuff that is going to be very different than the shows we normally do here. They're going to be more produced. I'm going to go do an interview with Harold, but we're going to produce around that. And so we'll have B-roll on it. We're going to have some soundtrack. And I don't even know if I'll be in it very much, but that's what I want to start doing, is these kind of special episodes that we do once every couple months or so on a big name living photographer who is going to help us get insight into their world. And I think that's going to be amazing. The second thing I want to do with this, it's going to be really cool, is I've talked to Judith, Harold's wife, about this. I told her about the one photo deep dives that we do. And I was telling her, I think it would be really cool to do one photo deep dives with the photographer. And so we're going to try and do some of these with Harold too. So we'll roll those into the regular episode schedule as well. So I'm really excited about this. It's going to be cool. What I'm going to do to lead up to this too, because I want to start getting a little bit of buzz around it, and I want to get people to understand Harold's work and get excited about this. On Sunday, so today's Friday, so the show we do on Sunday, the next show is going to be one of our regular biographies on photographers, and this one will be on Harold Feinstein. So we're going to do a show on Harold on Sunday. I'm going to do a biography, talk about his work, and I'm going to make this announcement in that show as well. I know that the vlog episodes tend to be kind of the hardcore fans of the show, so I thought I'd go ahead and talk about it today so you guys could get a little preview on that. It's kind of a special deal. So I'll announce this on Sunday again, and we're going to do an episode on Harold. And then I'm off to Boston to get this filmed, and we'll come back and edit it, and it should be ready shortly thereafter. So I'm really excited about this. I think this is something that I've wanted to do on the show for a long time. We also have the work that I did when I went to Atlanta to interview Wynn Bullock's daughters, Lynn and Barbara. And that, just to give you a status update on that, we're still going to use that. And Barbara has invited me to come out to California next year and see the studio and some of the places he shot. So we're going to do some more work on that to supplement the stuff we've already got. So that'll be in the pipeline too. So there's a lot of cool stuff coming up, and I'm really excited about this. And I want to thank you guys for watching, because that makes all this possible. So when you guys like and share the videos and we get viewers on them, it makes it possible to start doing these things. And anyway, so we'll get our heads around this as we go. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. So anyway, guys, once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on Sunday. Later.